All right. So people suck at naming places. That's part of my reflection at Praized, where we build a platform for social action around places. You'll also see that and hear that English is my second language. It actually took me several months to say third instead of turd. So, oh shit. Places are all about perception. I mean, if you search for nowhere on OpenStreetMaps, you actually find something, which I thought was quite philosophical. And places name are relative, fuzzy, temporal. If I say, meet me in East LA, how do you know where East LA is if you don't live in LA? If I tell you, meet me in Bristol at the Unicorn, do you know where to meet me? Also, places name are historical. Local administration, public services would change the name of a street, but if you've lived in a city for 50 years and this street has always been named Dorchester, even if you call it René Lévesque, it's still Dorchester for at least 10 years. And since humans define places name, humans are imperfect, so the namespace is really messy. If you try to parse text to match that to exact places, it's kind of messy. And if you add politics, religion, and ownership, that's harder. Let's try it in French. Find places in these sentences. J'ai quitté mon domicile qui se situe à la frontière des quartiers Outremont et Malène à Montréal, vers l'aéroport de Montréal, nommé Pierre-Éliott Trudeau, à Dorval, code YUL, au Québec. How many did you count? One thing that I learned is that smart data structures and dumb code works a lot better than the other way around. So, this idea of finding one ID scheme to map all the places seemed really wrong to me. So I said, do we really need one ID to rule them all? I'll let you read that. You know where it's from. I thought it was really, really wrong. So if you don't have one identification system for places, how do you map words to places? As the Pearl motto says, there's more than one way to do it. So, you can infer location by lots of small hints in tweets or in Facebook status updates. There's ways to part that. But I learned about TIMTOWTDIBSCINABTE. There's more than one way to do it, but consistency is not a bad thing either. So lightweight identifier, as simple as possible, and web-wide. I mean, the web is distributed. We need something that works distributed around the web. So there's lots of name repositories. So you can find lots of good databases to get names. Okay, I list a few here. Most of these are open source or have open content license, so you can reuse them. There's lots of geographic indexes. So you can say, if I say I'm at the Marriott San Jose, you can map that. You can reverse geocode. So there's many maps API that you can use. So now you can start to do these things. But we really need IDs and ways to link that data together. I list a few of the IDs that are in common use on the web. I'm missing GeoHash here that was talked about this morning in the Twitter talk. So what we did was we built a site called Calgary.com, and we mined the activity streams coming out of Twitter on a few of those axes. And we discovered that there's explicit data. So if you have a Foursquare link on your check-in, I can parse that to the API and know where it is. And there's also implicit, what I need to derive. The other thing is that mechanically parsing data, most licenses suck, and you can't mechanically read them. So if I'm parsing something, I have to read the API and build in my system what's the license to get the data. Can I reuse it, distribute it? So I really like what the Flickr guys did, the gals, be a Data Hippie. They built this thing called machine tags, which is awesome. It's just like service name, predicate, value. So it's like, this is a place, venue ID 641 in Foursquares or in Goala, and you can map. So this is my backup slide. I knew I would spill over, so this is just there for the next one. So I'd like to bootstrap this week and this weekend. So I know there's a bird of feather session on matching location on unstructured text. I'm interested in that. And I'll do a WhereCamp session this weekend on places in activity streams. This is the emerging standard for streams. So I really like places because they're social containers. That's the way we view the world. That's how we sort. That's how we filter from our human perspective the world around us. So I like the fact that I can have a place identifier, go around all the services, and see what's happening there. So thanks. You can find me online, and I'm here all week. Et merci pour avoir mis vos oreilles à mon accent. It's a pleasure to be here in California this week. Thank you.